Welcome back to the D2 project, everybody. Today we're going to start taking off some of the bigger bits. Now that I got the gantry crane all built, we should be able to lift the head off and all of that sort of stuff. I'll probably start by taking the manifolds off and then the radiator. I don't know if I'm going to film much of that because, I mean, really what's there to see? It's just taking out a couple bolts and pieces off. If there is anything exciting, I will definitely bring you guys back, and I will have you here for when we take the head off and that, so you guys can see what I see when I do take it apart. So hang tight and be right back. So I didn't think anything exciting would happen when I pulled the exhaust manifold off, so I didn't bother filming it. And as soon as I cracked it loose, it had a bunch of liquid run out of it. And it looks like it's WD-40 or something, some kind of oil. It's definitely not water. So what I'm hoping this is, well, I'm pretty sure it is anyway, the previous owner would have dumped some WD-40 down the exhaust stack to try and loosen things up here. And hopefully it prevented any further corrosion from happening. Once we get the head off, we'll see for sure how much is in the cylinders. That would explain what I thought was water when I looked in through the pre-combustion chambers on the other side when I took the injectors out. Anyway, I'm going to keep tearing it apart here, and we'll see what else we find. Well, guys, I gotta say, for as long as this thing's been sitting out in the elements, it actually didn't fight me too bad coming apart, other than this one bolt down in here, which I ended up, I was gonna try and take the injector pump out the front one to get at it with my ratchet, but I ended up just being able to just take the bleeder out and was able to get it off. Now, I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. There's a bunch of dirt in here, but it is pretty soft, so I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad to get the engine freed up, but we'll have to see here once we get the head off what the pistons and everything looks like. There's a bit of moisture in there, as you can see, but then again, the machine having sat outside for probably as long as I've been alive doesn't help. All right, well, we're gonna move on with probably the head will be next. Eric's here helping, and we're gonna see what the next part is here. Okay, so I figured before I close this up, while I had this off, I would check and see if the rack moves. Now the governor, it is very stiff, but it does look like there is some movement there. When I rebuilt or exchanged the engine on my D6-9U, oh yeah, look at that, it moves. It moves quite nicely. I don't have to worry about that being stuck. When I did the engine on my D6-9U many years ago, that one, the rack was stuck, and it was stuck shut, and the machine just wouldn't run no matter what I did. Once I figured out that that rack was stuck and I got it free, the machine fired right up, and I was elated, to say the least. What's this doing here? This is actually my day job. I'm a helicopter pilot and mechanic by day, and I do the D2 as a hobby. I had to go away for a couple of days here, almost a week, doing a job, and this is what it looked like. I thought I'd take you guys along. And then what you're going to see next here is some of the amazing Aurora Borealis that we had the one evening. The pictures don't really do it justice, but you'll have to just trust me. It was amazing. But now we're going to get back to the D2. So here's something interesting. Somebody went and brazed these two fittings together, so now there's no way of getting the bolt out of here. I've also noticed somebody did something similar up here on the carburetor and the oil vent, and this is all one piece now. I honestly have never seen this before, but I don't know if this is normal because I am new to the D2 myself, so, but I'm sure the connoisseurs out there will be able to tell me if this is supposed to be like this or not, but either way, they did a good job because it's not leaking. So I'll probably just keep it like this unless I can find the proper parts somewhere, but we'll see. Okay, look at all the sludge inside the coolant passages. Beautiful. Oh well, we're gonna have some cleaning to do. Well, my apologies, guys. I don't know why the time-lapse footage there that I just did turned out fuzzy. For some reason it didn't focus, but anyway, you got the gist of what's going on. So we got the head off. It actually doesn't look near as bad as what I was expecting. That cylinder there is probably the worst as far as corrosion goes. Then these other three are, this one here, number 2 is, it's there, but number 1 and 3 actually look the best. This one does have a bit of stuff in it. And then whatever they dumped in these cylinders to keep it from rusting or to loosen it up actually seems to have done a decent job keeping it from getting worse. One of the valves in the head is stuck open, but we're gonna have to take that head all apart and fix it anyway. This is as far as we're gonna go tonight. I'm gonna put Eric to bed here and then back to my day job tomorrow, which you guys just saw a clip of. And then we will, in the next video, we're gonna carry on. We'll probably end up taking the radiator off and a couple of the other little systems and whatnot, and then maybe try to pull the engine, but I haven't decided yet if I'm going to pull the engine out and put it on an engine stand, or if I'm going to make something that bolts to my welding table similar to what I did with my Bobcat engine, although this engine being substantially heavier, that's probably not a good idea. So I'll probably end up building a stand for this engine. So we will see what comes up in the next episode. So we're just going to clean up a little bit and then we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye.